What is up, hoodlums? It's your new favorite gamer, Houdini, and I'm bringing you guys a brand new series, Coaching with Houdini, where you guys get to go into the inner workings of my brain. You get to see what's going on in my mind when I'm in the middle of a gunfight, whether I'm building, whether I'm looting, farming, you know, just the way I do things. I'm also going to be giving you guys tips throughout the series, and as well as showing you guys my mistakes, because if I point those out, maybe I'll become a better player as well as you guys, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to all become better players.
Look at this. This tells the story right here. The lava in the kitchen. Pull up to the function with a bankroll. Still get money when the bank closed.
Now, as you guys see, I'm dropping tilted. Now, if you're not a YouTuber or a streamer, and you simply don't care about catching bodies, don't go tilted. If you want the win more than anything, land somewhere else. The loot will always come to you eventually. You know, as you can even see with tilted's amount of loot that I get, you know, I got nothing but whites, so it's not guaranteed to get good loot here. It's only good if you're trying to get a gameplay, which, as you guys see, I am. So tip number one, don't go there. But as you saw earlier, I did break a lot of the furniture inside the places that I go. That is just simply because it builds up fast. When you're breaking the little table and the chair right there that I just broke, it builds up quick. You get a lot of material from it, and it's just always good to have mats on you. It's important. It's an important part of the game. You don't have mats, you're limiting yourself, and you're definitely gonna die, because there's multiple times where I don't have mats and I die because of it. So make sure that you're farming, hitting things, anything, everything. You know, even when I'm walking out into the open, you know, if there's a bush or two, I'll hit that. But here's my first interaction with a vendor. I didn't know how to switch it. I didn't know what was going on here, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna break it." And then it started switching. I was like, "Oh, okay." So that's how it worked. It was a quick little interaction. It wasn't really anything, you know, too cool for me, because really, I thought anything in there sucked and was overpriced. Wasn't really worth, you know, getting. No, I get it. You guys are bored, but we'll get to the action in a second. Here's another quick tip: break those pallets. Those pallets give you tons and tons of mats. I've always at least gotten 40 to 50 to them. Sometimes I've gotten 30, but it's most of the time they're going to give you a lot for only a few hits. They're just like the trees, but you also get to break them inside a place where you have cover, and as well as just a simple, you know, it's not hard to farm them. You know, with the trees, you know, they're bigger. Sometimes the crit is going to go flying all over the place, and sometimes you're not going to be able to hit it 100% of the time. There, it's pretty easy, it's compact, and you'll get to hit the target every time. Now right there, as you heard, there was breaking in the background. I didn't hear it in the moment. I wasn't really too focused on it, but make sure you keep your ears open. And also, here's the gunfight that I hear, which then now I decide to go do something about. Now, the YouTuber, the streamer, the entertainer in myself puts a focus on pushing all gunfights, pushing all conflicts, and entering myself into anybody's business. And that's just simply because I want to make a good gameplay. So I get into the action. I'm getting to the dough. You hear me? But here's a strat that everybody does, whether you're a streamer, a YouTuber, or whatever. Put a mat, a wall, floor, or whatever, and over your opponent, replacing whatever wall, floor, staircase, whatever they had, so that way you're the one that can edit it, and at the end of the day, you get to the dough, because they're not going to expect it most of the time. Some of them do. That dude probably did, but he didn't hit me, and it worked in my favor. Now you guys see is my gun organization. A lot of you guys probably are wondering why I put my shotgun at first. I feel like it's more comfortable, because at the end of the day, the button I'm going to press on my controller to switch my weapon first is definitely going to be my right bumper before my left. And I like to attack the enemy with the shotgun and then quickly switch to my AR to finish him off if I did a substantial amount of damage to them. Right here, I hear the dude launching at me. I have no clue. No clue where he was at. Like, he was gone, but apparently he was right there. If I would have seen in the corner of my eye that he just built onto my stairs that were already there, and then I finally noticed some of you guys can see, and I decided to do something about it. The YouTuber in me. I'm gonna get better at this, guys. I promise. But yeah, in that situation, always make sure that you have a shot before you start firing on him. Don't rush the shot and start missing, because he probably would have ended up building on me, and it would have affected the whole, process of things. It would have made it a little bit more difficult. I probably could have lost that gunfight. Now I will let you guys know that there's a lot of luck into Fortnite. The damage you hit, the loot you get, the outcomes of certain things are just not in your control. And at the end of the day, you gotta know that. But always get to the dough and just be about getting better at the game. Although you can't change the factors of the game and how things work, you could always just improve on things to make sure that you lessen that. Improve on your aim. Right there, I was just not hitting a crit until the last bullet, and by the time I hit the crit, it wasn't needed. I clearly hit him for his entire shield, probably well over half his health, and it literally did not matter. So right there, I should improve on my aim a little bit. Focus up. Do something different in that situation, because it almost costed me. But probably a lot of you guys are wondering why I decided to save the chug. I don't know. I didn't feel like it was necessary to waste it at that moment. I did still have 80 health. If I'm over, say 70 HP, I don't choose to use it, especially even if I have a shield on me, like the mini that I had on me. I'm not gonna waste the chug right away. The chug is mainly for me I used to completely bounce back. When I have like 30 HP, when I have half my health gone and I have no shields. It's something that's a little bit more important for me to keep. Now here we go again, hearing gunshots. Now, like I said, you guys don't have to have the instincts that I do to instantly chase shots. You can avoid them. You don't have to press any issues. You don't have to be about the fights. This game is strategic in its ways, and you also need to know that, it's important to stay alive in this game if you want to live. It's important to stay alive if you want to live, guys. It's important to stay alive if you want to win. So you don't have to do what I do. I chase gunfights because I just like bodies. I feel like I'm confident enough at the game to chase after any fight, especially in a solo. Squads, I probably play a little bit more, but throughout the game, it's mostly going to be me going after guys. Now here, building. Building is key to any gunfight. Do not put your guard down. Do not think, oh, I can outgun them. Because most of the time, yeah, you can, but sometimes you're not going to be able to finish them off, and it's important that you build. Build your life away. It does not matter, because if you're building, they can't hit you at all. But if you're sitting there in a gunfight with them, you're going to lose it. Trust me. Building is what's separating everybody in this game. It's a skill gap. It's the point of this game. This is why PUBG players are not going to be good at this game when they first start, because they don't have the instincts to just start building. Look, I get shot at, building. Now that we're out of the gunfights, I would like to say earlier you guys did notice that there was a tree that was at 50 HP, and then I hit a tree to 50 HP. Don't break your trees. It's a good way to get spotted, and it's not okay to break the tree. Now, as you guys see, I have no sniping ability whatsoever on console. I am working on my keyboard and mouse skills a little bit here and there, so I'm gonna be switching to keyboard only soon. But as of right now, don't do what I do and just fire shots like it don't matter. But in this situation, I didn't. I played the smart ball, and I didn't want him to notice me, and I got behind the two fights. Now, I want you guys to pay attention shortly to how much damage I do to this guy and why I didn't get the kill, because it literally makes no sense. Look, took his whole shield and half of his health right there. Hit him for another 80, but he got the kill. It made no sense, but it's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm alive, they're not, and that's all that matters. Now, as you guys saw, I traded the RPG. Most people don't trade the grenade launcher for the RPG. I do. I like a more controlled gunfight, especially, you know, considering the fact that I would mostly just use the grenade launcher to blow up your entire base and hopefully blow you up in the process. And that's just not how I like to play. I like to play a little bit more strategic. Pop the AR, pull out a rocket launcher, pop my sniper, you know, do something to just put pressure on them. I'm not really trying to just destroy their whole base and get the kill, because that's going to lead to me just standing out in the open and just getting fired on by somebody else behind me or to the side of me in a blind spot. It's just what I choose to do. It's all preference. Anybody else would probably choose the grenade launcher over the RPG, but not me. I'm an RPG guy to the death. Team RPG. Alright. So here we're going to be coming up on a build battle somewhat. It wasn't too serious, but I did ultimately win the build battle, just not get the kill. Now this is where I was talking about building sets a skill gap. I run up on these two players, and look what he does. He actually boxed himself in, and this is a play that Myth does. He's a professional player, if you did not know, if you're not a follower of the creative scene of Fortnite. But I definitely did outbuild him in that situation, but I don't know if somebody else from a distance broke his stairs right there. But I am going to get the loot because, you know me, get into the dough. If there's nobody else to take the loot, I'm going to, especially when it comes to mats, you can never have enough mats. Even the 999 is sometimes not enough if you're playing against somebody like Myth and they can build like Bob the Builder. It's not going to go in your favor. Now here is where we're going to catch another mistake. I heard the door, but I didn't notice it under those stairs. You saw it right there, right? It was in the middle of the stairs and the next platform you're going to see me jump on. And I hear him use the launch pad. I'm so confused on where he went. I have no idea. I was assuming that he was in the air, but actually the launch pad was at the bottom of the tower, the little 1x1 here. So it was a little sneaky beaky, and I had troubles getting off it as well. As you saw him trying to do a double jump, and I had to do the same thing. So that was just on his part bad building, I guess, or you know, whoever building was in the way, that was just on their part. Now here we go. This is exactly why I use the RPG. It's more controlled. I know I'm gonna hit the dude. The grenade launcher's a little too random for me, especially with the fact that, you know, it bounces way too much with this Easter egg one. Is what I feel like. It's probably the same amount of bounce, but for me, it's felt a lot different, and I just haven't felt comfortable. Now, as you see, somebody grabs a supply drop, and I instantly keep my eye on him. I'm scared for my life. If it's an RPG, he's blowing up the wall. I got to be ready to build another one, and I can't do that if I'm sitting there healing. Now, here we go. I planned on him to push me. I thought he knew where I was. I guess he did and didn't at the same time. I have no clue. But always check before you go out. Use this little wall hack to peek out and without actually peeking out. Reload your gun. Especially because I voice cracked. Reload it. Make sure everything's reloaded. If you don't have a reloaded gun, how are you going to shoot the enemy? You're going to run out of ammo. Now, here is what you do whenever you see a guided missile. Build a 1x1 with a roof on it. That way, if they hit anywhere around you, it doesn't touch you. It doesn't affect you. And I instantly start getting aggressive on them. I knew that it was going to take him some time to reload that missile, and I was prepared to build another 1x1 with a roof on it in case he did bust it out again, but he didn't. Now here was an error in my building, but I ended up countering it by putting traps all on the walls just in case someone decided to press me with a staircase rush or something, whatever. I was ready for all types of action, and yeah. So at this point, I just assumed that he wasn't going to press me, so I just go out here and do it myself. And yet again, here's why I use the RPG. I know exactly where it's going to go. Now in that situation, he needs to practice his aim 100%. Don't be like that guy and miss every bullet from point blank range. It's embarrassing. It really is. All right, now I finally got a guided missile rocket, and this isn't my exactly first time with it, but it's the first time I got it in a solo. The only other time I've really ever gotten it was in the explosive match, and this is how I choose to use it. I choose to build a 1x1, put a window out, facing a direction away from all other, players in the game. But I hear the supply drop and get the kill. Now, like I said, I don't use this too often. I haven't gotten it but once or twice, and both times were probably in the explosive mode. But throughout this, you'll see that I learn a little bit more and more throughout the game to be better with it. Find ways to use it, find ways to change up how I attack the opponent with it. You see me get better and better, but right now I'm just on the hunt. I'm trying to look for the other opponents, trying to figure out where they're at. I figured that base right there was empty. I thought it was an old building, but earlier you saw me look at it and it was being built by somebody else while I was in the gunfight with the guy that actually originally had this guided missile. So don't make that mistake. Pay attention to the background as well as you're paying attention to the opponent. But yeah, I finally decided to go, hey, maybe I should check this base, and guess what? He starts building away. He's ready. He knows what to do here in this situation. Now, he got lucky. In that situation, my luck probably would have been the rocket would have flew through the fucking building. I don't know, but I do try again, and he sets up walls again. A lucky build. I thought I was gonna get past it before he built that, but he's doing good on his part on playing defense. Now here he's trying to hide in the bush. He's trying to not let me see him, but he has to pop out because the shield is forcing him to move. And I don't know how he survived that. I don't know how I didn't hit him. I must have accidentally detached, but yeah. Now right there, I took some damage off of him, and that was only because when he built, the wall under wasn't there, so I was just able to hit him through whatever little gap there was, and it did some damage to him. I don't know how much, but it did hit him because you heard his shield take damage. Now, of course, like any smart person, I'm trying to take down those stairs. I do not want him pressing me with those stairs, using them against me and rushing me in any way. So I'm going to try to destroy those as fast as possible. Any building he's putting up, I'm getting rid of. Now this was a risky play and it almost cost me. He did some damage to me, but I managed to build and get away. But like I said earlier, this is me progressing with the missile. I start learning to detach to get another missile out quicker. Right there, I was trying to get a direct impact and in the game, missed, so I just detached. Right there, destroying the destroying the stairs, detach. Just learn how to get better with the equipment that is provided in this game. It's just simple as that. You gotta evolve your playing style throughout this game because it's always changing. It's just like League of Legends. This game is always gonna having something new, something different, you know, buffs, nerfs is a key part to every game. You know, everything changes, so you gotta evolve your playstyle along. And right there, you saw it at first hand. I got instantly better with that thing, and I started using it a little different. Now right there, that's a little bit of panic handling, but that's also due to the fact that controller sucks at building, especially with the fact that on keyboard I only use 3 keys for building, and that is the walls, the floors, and the stairs. I do not even have the pyramid on, so it's bad. But as you guys see, I got the dub there. Crazy game. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and have an awesome day. I hope your hits are crazy and your loot is legendary. We're out. Yeah, dig.
What the fuck, Epic? That was a 22 crit from 2 feet away. He has 8 health, bro. Come on, Epic.
Yeah. Ride around smoking with the plug. Ooh. 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 I cannot show her.